Recording in progress.
Folks, I'm going to play this video from Darren Moore Jr., and it does not surprise me that he's the first one that's sort of coming on our side without saying Jessa and Esra. But when you watch this video, you will understand one thing very quickly, and that is that there's a lot of confusion that's going on in the banking industry, which adds a lot of credence to what I've been saying all along. Please watch, and I will pause as I need to make a comment, and we'll keep going. But this video might end up being about 25, 30 minutes long, so bear with me. Thank you.
Please remember, none of this is financial advice. All money is a matter of belief. Adam Smith.
The financial industry is transforming to a digital economy, and we see digital assets as one of the most significant forces impacting our industry over the next 5 years. Digital assets are quickly becoming integrated into the existing framework of financial services, and it is critical when we have the tools in place to provide our clients with solutions for both their traditional investment needs as well as their increased digital needs.
We see digital assets are quickly becoming integrated into the financial system. Todd McDonald from R3 is quoting a State Street employee, one of the largest banks in America. The infrastructure has been built, and digital assets are the special sauce that allows openness and innovation. If we look at a history of money, money has been abundant. Beads, seashells, paper, even gold are the most successful means of payments. When we look at coin market cap, we see thousands of projects. This is a positive. Gold investors will tell you crypto is inflationary because there's so many tokens, while Bitcoin maxis will preach about digital scarcity. A system that is fixed does not allow credit to be created. If your asset...
Digital scarcity, folks, does not give value to a token that doesn't do nothing. So let's get that straight out of the way, please. I'm going to repeat that for the new people. Digital scarcity does not give value to a token that doesn't do nothing, okay? Bitcoin cannot be used, folks. You'll understand as time goes by. Hang around.
Assets are deflationary. There are very little reasons to lend out your assets. New networks that emerge with tokens is abundance like seashells, but at the same time, the supply is fixed to prevent high inflation. The networks with utility will take dominance, and these networks are going to replace the legacy system as the next-gen financial system. The system is being transformed, and we are a part of it. Crypto IRAs are a way for you to pay less taxes for retirement legally. iTrust offers a wide selection of digital assets as well as precious metals. iTrust uses institutional-grade security by Fireblocks and Coinbase custody. In November last year, iTrust removed all monthly fees. What I like about crypto,
iTrust Capital, I'm going to fast forward. That's bullshit. Okay, because you can go and live somewhere in like, let's say Jessera was never going to come around. You can go live in many places where they're very, very, friendly when it comes to taxes. Okay, so I'm going to fast forward that bullshit and go forward. I don't want to wait till I'm 59 and a half to get my money. You understand? I want my money now, immediately. Okay, let's keep going.
I have the freedom to move in and out of trades while at the same time enjoying the benefits of what IRAs have to offer. So if you use my link, well, research IRAs, this is not.
Okay.
Who are building for the next bull market are building critical infrastructure that big institutions require in many cases before they will come in. We've seen some institutions like hedge funds and family offices come in, but the big money like pension funds, endowments, and foundations is still largely on the sidelines. They're waiting for the good infrastructure that they're used to dealing with, namely bank infrastructure on the custody side, to be implemented, and that's where Avanti is playing, and we're optimistic that we'll be able to bring that.
Never in the history of man has there been an opportunity for the little guys to get in before the big players. The incumbents, the large institutions in the world are waiting on the sidelines, waiting for the appropriate infrastructure and regulations to participate in this decentralized future. The beauty of digital assets is the wealth creation. There is immense opportunity to create, to innovate, to bring new products onto the market that serve the needs of the many. Through efficiencies, cost savings, and applying innovation and open ecosystems will allow innovations that are unimaginable. Utilizing crypto will create far more wealth than investing in crypto as an inflation hedge.
Everything will become an asset if it's not already an asset. So more and more things that can be tokenized, digitized.
That's what I mean, Todd, by.
More things that could be tokenized and digitized, folks. We teach this, okay? The gold is going to be tokenized by XRP. Pay attention to this. This is really important because you're going to start to understand here the confusion of the banks. And this is great music to our ears. Because here's the thing. If they can create digital currency, the bank digital currency, okay, CBDCs, they're going to have an unlimited supply and it's going to be the same shenanigans as usual. They can print to infinity. That's if we, and I'm going to repeat this, that's if we recognize it as money. But if we pay them no respect and realize, hey, we have other digital currencies, we have federated side chains, we have a bunch of people that are coming on the XRP ledger, creating the monetary system of tomorrow, we don't have to pay attention to the banks. If we don't pay attention to them, they could have 500 quadrillion of their CBDCs and they could stick them where the sun doesn't shine. And you know exactly what that is. If you're a proctologist, you know instinctively.
The size of the asset pool that comes into the financial services increases,
Let me rewind this a little bit. This is really important. Okay.
Everything will become an asset if it's not already an asset. So more and more things that can be tokenized, digitized.
That's what I mean, Todd, by the size of the asset pool that comes into the financial services increases. We have estimates of what the total revenue pool looks at the moment, but I think over the next 5 years, we could see a 20-30% increase in that revenue pool, right? And that is huge. When you think that, what's the story been for our market? It's been consolidation and margin compression. Yeah.
Right. Yes, I think that this is the hopeful journey. So I think we talked earlier when we started on blockchain journey was around, can we have efficiencies? Can we reduce costs? I think with tokenization, digital assets, it is about new revenue streams.
Everything will be an asset. Tokenized intangibles, big data, carbon credits, time, energy, et cetera, as well as tokenizing the old world assets and allowing fractional ownership and allowing tokens to interoperate with smart contracts. The utility of these assets will create and expand the economies of the world. State Street is saying that it will increase the asset pool by 20 to 30%.
Private, non-financial company, private household, also to get central bank money, we might induce the disintermediation of the financial system. Peter and others have talked about. This is the biggest economic risk I see. We don't know exactly how it will turn out. Now, as a central banker, it is not my or our objective to keep the banks alive as they are nowadays. But we have to face the fact that a large-scale disintermediation and large-scale start.
Let me rewind that.
The banks alive as they are nowadays. Now, as a central banker, it is not my or our objective to keep the banks alive as they are nowadays. But
do you understand, folks? The banks are going away. Pay attention now. Pay close attention, please.
Have to face the fact that a large-scale disintermediation and large-scale start already at a double-digit number. If you withdraw 10% of the deposits of the bank, this is a significant shift in their balance sheet. This means a significant shift in their business model. This means a significant risk for financial stability, and we don't know exactly how that will turn out, how we will guarantee the stability of the financial system, neither in the subsequent steady state and when it will be achieved, nor in the transitory period. These are significant risks. That is why the Bundesbank always argued limiting it to wholesale CBDC is much more easy, involves much less risk.
This tech has the capability of disrupting the whole banking system. All the wealth the banks absorb can be distributed to the consumers. Blockchains don't need profits. Smart contracts don't need management fees. Martin from the Digital Euro Association states this could be systemic, and it's not the central bank's job to ensure the big bank's role. Now, I think in the short to mid-term that the banks are not going anywhere. They will adapt to the transition. Just from their positioning, they already are. They will find new roles.
Now, I don't know how they're going to adapt to their transition, except if you don't have any crimes and you're not going to go down to the spa down in Cuba. Yes, you could buy a bunch of cryptocurrencies like XRP if you're smart, and a banker could become fabulously wealthy, wealthier than he is already right now. that is the only way. There is no transition, folks. The transition is over. The transition is us, the people. We, the people, are getting our power back. Okay. Donald Trump has told us that. And we know that there's two people, there's two teams on the field. It's not just the global reset. It's the quantum financial system. And if you are in our movie theater, you understand who the clear winner is going to be. Let's continue.
Roles in the internet of value.
On the part of regulators to have only insured leveraged banks issuing these instruments. And I laid out, despite the big steps forward that paper it implicated, that in fact, actually, you don't want leveraged banks to be the ones that issue these crypto instruments. They settle very fast, and the traditional financial system is designed for slow settlement. And those two things are fundamentally incompatible. There's a lot more bank run risk if you have leveraged banks that are at the core of the financial system issuing these instruments. And the main reason is because they're leveraged and they do what banks typically do, which is borrow short and lend long. And if you start to see mass withdrawals in the span of minutes, which could happen with these fast payment instruments, that does increase the risk of some financial system instability.
The big banks are lobbying DC. The president's working group gave guidance on stable coins that were in favor of the big banks to be the only ones to issue stable coins.
All right, let's wait for the stupid commercial. Let me mute this out. I don't want to give them any credence. And let's play.
Caitlin Long is telling you fractional reserve lending for every $1 in the bank, they can lend out 10. Is a huge problem with crypto. The settlement times are instantaneous. If everyone were to...
There's a series of videos in our Quantum Financial Systems manual, folks. Okay, down below, join our secondary channel, join our Rumble. There's a bunch of stuff down there. Click on the links. The value of this is priceless, okay? You got to go check it out. Right underneath where it says show more, open that window and just go away. Go click on all of these things down there that are basically going to put you in a situation where you're going to learn what's coming. Okay. The Quantum Financial Systems Manual is probably, if you were to spend 8 hours a day, you'd probably be in there for at least a month and a half, 2 months, conservatively. Okay. Learning everything. You might have to go through some of the stuff two and three times, but it's there. Okay. How to get your money off of the exchange, put it on a hardware wallet. Okay. It's all there.
To withdraw their coins, this would cause a shock. There's a shock that banks are not prepared for. Do you think Congress and regulators will understand this concept? Or will the big banks successfully lobby DC and then collapse under their own weight when fractional reserve lending and stable coins meet?
The interest in the use of DLT remains very high across the industry because it holds great potential. And the industry must collaborate to build the digital infrastructure of the future as a foundational step to support the eventual and inevitable transition to digital markets and tokenization.
The eventual and inevitable transformation to the internet of value. Todd McDonald is quoting Jennifer P. from DTCC. DTCC is the Federal Reserve of the stock market. They custody all equities in the U.S.
Understandings of crypto, and it's growing. So if you feel, and again, this is not limited to you because I've heard it from others. If you feel that there's an anti-crypto sentiment and that people are picking teams, I don't want to go there because I don't think that's baked in. I think what you really see, if you put in perspective that long answer that I gave you earlier, it really is the pro-government, anti-government split. I mean, if you were going to talk about Republican and Democrat in its most pure form, and by the way, this has changed through time. Each party has been on different sides of this, and I think we're in the process of another evolution of how the Republicans are going to be in terms of policy versus the Dems. But as I've gotten involved, a Democrat would typically believe that government should provide the best solutions to our problems. A Republican, in the truest sense of the word, again, in my world, would say that no, the individual provides the best solutions available. The truth is, the answer lies somewhere in between.
We are seeing a push from politicians to politicize crypto. I believe this is an outcome from the lobbyist groups. Two wings of the same bird, both sides want the same exact thing, and that is more control. Pro-government route is CBDC, and the government monitors all transactions on their platform. Pro-individual route, innovators will create platforms utilizing public ledgers. Everything in a public ledger is out in the open for anyone to see. This means that any type of investigation would not require a warrant, stripping away a right to privacy, AI watching all wallets.
So, I think if you look at a vision for what we want, which is open, accessible, interoperable, a standard and technology that people can innovate on top of without permission.
Interoperable, that people can innovate on top of without permission. Folks, listen to the choice of words here. Listen to the choice of words. Where did you hear interoperable, which is really a fancy word for compatibility? It's like if you own an AT&T phone, can you call a T-Mobile phone? Yes. If you own a T-Mobile phone, can you call a Sprint phone? Yes. We're making the cash of tomorrow compatible, where you could send through all different kinds of currencies, but the currencies that will never see the light of day, and if they do have their day in the sun, it'll be very short-lived, will be the CBDCs. Pay attention.
That's the kind of dollar I think we want to win in this space race and on the internet.
Bingo. He just said it. That's the kind of dollar that I have to rewind this. This is powerful. Okay. This is powerful right about there.
I think if you look at a vision for what we want, which is open, accessible, interoperable, a standard and technology that people can innovate on top of without permission, that's the kind of dollar I think we want to win.
I think he just described Ripple XRP. Don't you think?
This space race and on the internet, as opposed to something that is tightly controlled, government administered, and the like, which is what China's initiatives really represent. So I think the US is winning. I think the question is, can the US really get some energy behind this and ensure that this kind of market competitive open model, which has been, I think, how the West has approached the internet over the past multiple decades, can they approach that in the convergence of the internet and the financial system?
Stable coins are the reserve currency of crypto, dollar-backed stable coins. There is a convergence of internet and the financial system. And if the US allows innovation, it will secure its seat as the reserve currency of the next-gen financial system. How Tranglo enables fintech unicorns. When e-commerce giants like Alipay and WeChat Pay knocked on our doors and asked our group CEO, Jackie Lee, about Tranglo's entry into the Chinese heartland with two partnerships, he said, when you look at the customers and growth numbers of Alipay over 1.2 billion and WeChat Pay over 400,000, they're the most direct route to the heartland of Chinese payment industry. The Chinese around the world is increasing too, and we have a huge potential in terms of processing value. Tapping into China's position as the second largest remittance market in the world has enabled us to do something nobody has done before. Enhancing and cementing a rare regional expertise by bridging the gap between the old and the emerging payments corridor in Asia Pacific. The US and China have been in a trade war, currency war, and if the issues are not resolved, it will end in a hot war. Now, RippleNet partners have been the first to be granted access to China's financial system. Remember Amex and Linlen Pay. Also, Ant Financial was blocked from purchasing MoneyGram. Now, Tranglo was bought by Ripple, and 40% of the stock was owned by Ripple in the Tranglo company. Tranglo is using ODL, specifically XRP. Now, I wonder if the trade negotiations in some capacity involved currency conversion from USD to won. We have seen BRICS nations move away from SWIFT, yet RippleNet is being accepted by China in some capacity. If there was any objection by the Chinese Communist Party, they would have immediately stopped these integrations. However, we've seen the opposite.
We want to build on the existing client base that we've already got using us for fund administration for their cryptocurrency funds. So we've already got, quite a good core client base, but we're getting, imagine we're very busy at the moment, responding to a lot of clients who are looking to launch funds. as well as clients who are just trying to find out more about this. So there's definitely more to what we're doing at the moment over the next year or two. There's definitely a very strong client angle and growing that client base.
State Street, which is one of the second oldest banks in the US, one of the largest banks in the world, has a bunch of clients asking them for crypto integrations.
People like Gary Gensler out there who, my mother used to say, you're too smart to be so stupid. I would say that to Gary Gensler. You're too.
Well, Gary Gensler is bought and paid for by the banks, folks. And he has an obligation and a duty to them and to them only. And he's loyal, but he's going to go down with the ship. Make no mistake about it. Let's keep watching.
Smart to be so stupid. So stupid. So stupid. He is literally impacting the marketplace through his public comments, misguided public comments, and through enforcement actions. That's why the answer to your question is yes, we're going to need to legislate. Congress, the legislative branch of government, is actually going to have to do something in this area to rein in these regulators. All right, because if we don't, and I would argue that Congress has done very little that it's supposed to do since 1998. That's why everybody's so frustrated. I mean, we haven't done a budget, 12 appropriations bills through the House, through the Senate, and across the president's desk on or before September 30th of each year, midnight September 30th, since 1998. What does that do? Well, that tells all of these bureaucrats that nobody's going to be supervised. Okay, so they come before a committee and they think their job today, unlike it was in the 80s, the 70s, they think their job today is to be as vague and evasive as possible, because they're the king or queen of their little fiefdom, and they're going to run it just how they want. So yes, we are going to have to take back the authority, and that means we're going to have to do something.
Midterm elections are soon and the president has low ratings. We are seeing a push from Republicans to politicize crypto. I think if the Republicans get the House, which seems plausible, the pressure will intensify greatly.
I got to tell you, I hate the fact that they acknowledge this robot, this clone, whatever the hell he is, as a president. It really blows me away when they put thumbnails with a picture of this clone and they call him the president. They give him the respect. That's one other thing that blows me away. And I totally makes me want to throw up that the XRP army does. And I'm not going to mention a few names, but you know who they are. They've been doing it a couple of times. And hopefully this message gets to them, because it's getting to the point where I don't like it. Now, folks, don't forget, down below, our quantum financial systems manual. Click where it says, look, I think it says, I don't know, something more. You click the thing, it opens up a window. It has a bunch of links in there. Okay. And just open up the thing underneath this video, and you'll see the links to everything you need. Okay. The ledger, don't leave your money on a ledger unless you like to play Russian roulette with your money. That's completely entirely up to you. Okay. But, the exchanges have gone, a lot of money has gone missing on the exchanges, billions and billions of dollars, including XRP. Do not leave your XRP, especially on the exchanges. The only way I see the bank surviving is if they're successful, which I don't believe they will be, is that they're going to be able to become the next exchanges. But I don't believe that is in the cards. I think they're going to fail at everything. Ultimately, it's going to come down. The house of cards is about to come down. You will witness this. Okay. Again, don't forget to join our Telegram group. Don't forget to, look at the quantum financial system. And if you're a coach and you understand cryptocurrency, please, by all means, join us. Okay. And help us teach the people that need to know how to transition over in the biggest transition of wealth, in the history of the planet. But I hate to tell you, I got a little bit of bad news for you, folks. Technology is moving so fast. Within 8 to 10 years, cash is going to go away. Even XRP might go extinct. Okay. You won't need the cash anymore because everybody will be able to have everything in abundance. So cash becomes irrelevant. You will see that. I might be wrong, but I don't think I am. Thank you for listening. We'll catch you on the next one, guys. Thank you again. Bye-bye.